What are the basic of automotive electrical? I bet that you might want to know what are the basic things that we need to understand first in automotive electrical. Alright, so without wasting more time, this is Born Ignition, let's go. So first of all, the very basic thing that we need to understand is understanding the principle of electricity, which is the flow of an atom. Okay, we understand that the atom is made up from electron, which is the negative, and proton, which is positive, and at the center of that we have the neutron. So all of this electron, it's moving randomly, and the electron, which is negative, is always attracted to something which is positive. So basically an electricity is formed by the movement of electron, which is it attract from one atom to another. So when all of this movement flow, this is what creates the electricity. Point number 2, we need to understand the main component of automotive electrical. So what are the main components? Okay, we have a battery and alternator. Okay, battery and alternator is the main power source of a car, which battery already now it stores some energy, and this is where all the free electrons have, and it will flow from the negative to the positive. And that is how the electron flow. But in a circuit, we always know that the flow of electricity is starting from the positive to the negative. So for the alternator, we know that the basic function of an alternator is to provide charge the battery again. Alright, so the next thing is that we have the protection devices, which is used to protect all the components, and some of the types of this protection device is that has a fuse, fusible link, okay, and then we have a control devices such as a switch and relay. And then we have the loads, means any component that consume electricity to do the work, like a bulb, fuel injector and wiper, and your car window, things like that. Okay, point number 3, we need to understand the Ohm's law. Okay, if we are working on troubleshooting a vehicle, understanding the Ohm's law is very much important, because Ohm's law is the relationship of voltage, current and resistance. So when we are doing some troubleshooting in car, we always know that if when it comes to electricity, we always deal with voltages, current and resistance. Like for example, suppose you have a headlamp, alright, that has a 3 resistance and it's connected to 12 volt battery. So our current will be 4 ampere, right? So if the value is less than 4 ampere or higher than 4 ampere, meaning there's something wrong, okay? To know that. So this is where the principle of Ohm's law is being applied. Okay, done with that. Point number 4, we need to understand the types of circuit in automotive electrical. Okay, basically there are 3 types of typical circuits in automotive electrical system, which are the series circuits, whereas the series circuit has only one path for electrical current to flow, like for example the fuse connected in a series with load and some sensor circuit in an engine management system. And then we have parallel circuits, whereas parallel circuits has multiple paths for a current to flow, whereas each electrical component receives the full battery voltage independently. So if one of the component fails, the other components continue to operate. While the series circuit, if one of the component fails in a circuit where it is open, so the entire circuit will stop work because the current cannot continue flowing. And then we have the third one, which is the series parallel circuit, whereas these types of circuits, it combines both series and parallel connection, and some components are connected in series and while others are connected in parallel. So this arrangement allows manufacturers to achieve specific control, protection and operating requirement. And the application example for these types of circuits is that the starter motor circuits, the engine cooling fans, and fuel pump circuit controlled by the engine control module. And then last but not least, on point number 5, we have the chassis ground system. So chassis ground system is one of the important things in automotive electrical system that we need to understand, before we get right into doing the fixing, because the chassis ground system is where the vehicle metal body and chassis are used as the return path for the electrical current back to the negative terminal of the battery. So instead of running two wires, positive and negative, to every electrical component, all the manufacturer, they connect the positive wire to the component where the negative side is attached to the vehicle chassis. Since the chassis is electrically connected to the battery negative terminal, so it completes the circuit. So there you go, there you have it, all the important things that we need to understand first before begin to troubleshoot or fixing some things in automotive electrical system. And I hope that you got something out of this video, and if you think that this video is helpful, please comment down below. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I see you on the next one.